For many people, radio-controlled models are still associated with small cars, helicopters, and copters that many used to play with during childhood and adolescence. But time does not stand still, and today, we will take a look at how far the radio-controlled model industry has come, with some of its impressive and high-tech representatives. Let's start with the Parrot Mini Drone Jumping Sumo. This interesting device uses two wheels for movement with a small body fixed in the center. This design allows not only fast movement but also the ability to jump up to 1 meter high. Considering that the drone is very easy to control from a smartphone, its maneuverability opens up endless potential for tricks. Additionally, the drone is equipped with a camera, and video footage from it is transmitted to the phone in real time. 4D indoor flying is not just flying drones, but something significantly more exciting. The drone's special design provides exceptional aerodynamics. But the main highlight of this gadget is the highly advanced control system. It features an upgraded electronic speed controller, as well as thrust control systems, allowing the drone to perform incredible tricks and maneuvers that hardly anyone could execute in a real airplane. Radio-controlled models rarely use the structure of an airship as a base, but indoor airship racing drones show that this can be quite effective. This structure weighs even less than classic drones, providing improved maneuverability and control. And although drones of this type are mainly designed for indoor use, remote-controlled airships could very well become an innovation in the near future. The Voluntex ASW-28 sailplane is a real find for fans of radio-controlled airplanes. The distinctive feature of this drone is its sleek body and enormous wingspan, exceeding 2.5 meters, which allows it to glide through the air and fly in open spaces. Sometimes groundbreaking drones are created by individuals. In 2017, at one of the homemade drone competitions, Lance Campbell from Missouri presented a scaled-down replica of the U.S. Air Force reconnaissance aircraft. It took 7 years to develop this device, and Lance worked on it almost entirely on his own. In addition to a very accurate reconstruction of the original flight behavior, the replica is notable for its two jet turbines, which can accelerate the 40-kilogram drone up to 380 kilometers per hour. And here is the next step from radio-controlled airships: helium-filled airplanes. Their lightweight body and buoyant helium provide incredible controllability and mobility. Unfortunately, helium drones are very rare and are highly valued by enthusiasts and collectors. The Fokker DR-1 is a German fighter plane from World War I, and even it has been turned into a fully functional drone, about half the size of the original. This version is based on the model used by the Red Baron, one of the most successful pilots of the war. Despite its fairly large dimensions, the wingspan barely exceeds 2 meters, but neither this nor the need for assembly prevents the triplane from offering a unique piloting experience. The Traxxas Unlimited Desert Racer is quite an expensive toy. It will cost its owner $760. However, for that amount of money, you get a model with a powerful motor capable of speeding this little monster up to 70 kilometers per hour. And the model's controllable suspension also allows it to move across rough terrain with minimal speed loss and even perform various tricks. American enthusiast Walter Colby actively posts incredible developments in the field of formation flying on his YouTube channel, both with standard drones and with drones connected together. And although some of his experiments end in failure, many of the flights are truly breathtaking. The drones fly in sync, even at high speeds. Nowadays, formation flight technology is becoming more widespread, and that's a good thing. Every enthusiast should experience it. The Millennium Falcon is one of the most famous spacecraft in pop culture. And modern technological progress makes it possible not just to touch it, but to make it fly. This is the Millennium Falcon RC, which is a scaled-down copy of the legendary Falcon itself. And although it is essentially a quadcopter, one cannot help but notice its resemblance to the original and its outstanding appearance, highlighted by the bright rear lighting. Just the thing for franchise fans or a group of friends. RC Combat is a very entertaining game that has gained considerable popularity among fans of radio-controlled airplanes. The essence of the game is to use your plane, while flying, to cut off a 10-meter ribbon attached to the back of other participants' planes. This task requires special composure, reflexes, and control, including defending your own model. Another homage to Star Wars has now been made in the form of a tricopter, inspired this time by the racing pods from Episode 1, a futuristic device, similar to those Anakin used to race across the sands of Tatooine, serves as the shell for a well-built drone with 3 propellers, which are enough to ensure the model's maneuverability. The lighting makes it a significantly more impressive addition to any collection. Flying shoe is another trend among drone enthusiasts, involving the absurd combination of footwear with components from a classic drone, making it airborne. There's little practical use for this. The agile but small drone motors can barely lift a person even a few centimeters off the ground. But flying sneakers are quite a funny and absurd spectacle. Moreover, lightweight shoes are perfectly suited to serve as the drone's body. Another scaled-down copy of a real U.S. Air Force transport aircraft, with the striking name RC-130 Hercules, stands out due to its immense attention to detail. In addition to being clearly larger than other drones, with a wingspan of 4 to 5 meters, this miniature Hercules also boasts great maneuverability and functionality, with a realistic recreation of the original plane's takeoff and landing, as well as a working cargo bay, making it possible to simulate real combat missions. And this incredible drone, although it doesn't have the function of transporting people from one place to another, can definitely bring a lot of joy to its owner. The UMX Hypertaxi BNF has a very unusual swept-wing design, which, together with the throttle control system, ensures smooth vertical flight and landing. The drone can also fly in a horizontal position like any other UAV and achieves impressive results thanks to its advanced and well-thought-out design. Viral videos featuring flying lawnmowers actually showcased some amazing DIY creations. While some of them are merely external replicas of classic lawnmowers, others are quite capable of performing their primary function and actually mowing grass. Most fakes can be easily identified by their much lighter appearance, but even real models with wings have somehow been launched into the air as drones. The legendary Boeing 747-500 also received its own 1:13 scale replica. With a wingspan of 5 meters and a length of 5.5 meters, this model is powered by 4 miniature turbines, which, despite the 68-kilogram weight, easily lift the miniature into the air and, in addition to decent thrust, provide the sounds characteristic of the original model. High detail and functionality are also preserved at altitude, with simplified landing and control of the aircraft, despite its large size. In addition to air and land, unmanned vehicles are also actively used on water, including replicas. For $6,000, one can become the proud owner of a scale model of the Japanese battleship Yamato, one of the largest warships in history. At a 1 to 350 scale, this model still measures 76 centimeters in length and includes an engine that allows it to stay afloat. What's even more charming is the high quality of the model itself and the ability to control the position of all major turrets on the ship. But sometimes drones are even based on living creatures. The RC Cockroach drone series aims to recreate the appearance of insects as realistically as possible, using a very lifelike shell that is barely distinguishable from a real cockroach. The presence of 6 functioning legs and the ability to avoid obstacles using sensors only adds to the gadget's effect, whose best use is pranking friends in dark spaces where it's not immediately clear what one has encountered. A fairly well-known event among UAV enthusiasts is racing with helium-powered unmanned airships. Due to the design features of such drones, these races are always held in enclosed, ventilated hangars or halls. In such competitions, it's not speed that comes to the fore, but rather the ability to maneuver and feel the structure, which weighs almost nothing. However, by making use of the smoothness and controllability of these machines, an experienced enthusiast can easily defeat their opponents. The H911 helicopter is the perfect copter for a beginner, shaped like a classic little helicopter, but despite its shape, it is significantly more maneuverable, reliable, and durable than many of its peers. The composite body is flexible and resistant to deformation, and the engine structure protects it from smoke, steam, and unpleasant air, making it possible to fly in nearly any weather conditions. In addition, it is very affordable, just $45. Sassy Silly. Steam is not just some miniature model, but a real steam engine. A miniature yet efficient and modernized steam motor operates at an accelerated pace and provides maximum control. Although the standard version of the motor is quite bulky, scaled-down versions serve as the basis for models styled in the steampunk subculture, featuring improved suspension systems. Even a rather unusual experimental prototype tested by the US Air Force during World War II can serve as the basis for a replica. The Flying Pancake is a UAV based on the experimental Vought V-173 aircraft, and at first glance it's clear that the flattened shape of the plane, providing unique aerodynamics and an extremely unusual launch experience, is what inspired the replica. This drone resembles no other, more like a smoothly flying UFO. Tinkerers haven't overlooked the world's largest airplane either, a drone replica of the Ukrainian giant aircraft, and Tu-25 Mriya at 1 to 25 scale still boasts a wingspan of 3.5 meters and a weight of 13 kilograms, and is even capable of launching a replica of the Soviet space shuttle Buran in flight. This model was presented to the public in 2018, and its flight stunts became a unique spectacle for dozens of onlookers. Wind Whisperer is an unusual flight style typical of modern radio-controlled helicopters, which involves using wind currents to control the model. Many fans look for suitable terrain where their helicopters can glide like butter. Some even remove the motors, entrusting the blade rotation entirely to the whims of the breeze. There are, however, even larger models with astonishing dimensions. For example, this radio-controlled all-terrain vehicle is as tall as half a person, a little more, and it could be a full-fledged car. And here is a miniature replica of the modern F-35 fighter jet, which looks nearly identical to the original. It even has a bomb on board. Of course, not a real one.